Good afternoon, everybody. This is day 6 of talking to the camera, and today I wanted to talk about handling loneliness abroad. So, I think this is just something I've been struggling with a lot coming here, and I just wanted to, I think, maybe just put it into words and just try to break down what it is, how I'm feeling, but also things I could do to fix that. So, how to handle loneliness abroad. I think the best way to think about it and trying to understand why it happens is we have 3 bases, right? So, the first base is family, or that's your home or living environment that you go to. That's the first base, whether it be the house you live in, if you have a spouse, children, somewhere you go to every day or go home to and socialize with. That's your living environment. The second one is work and school. So when you go away from your first base, where do you go? Either to school, high school, university, if you're working as well, the job you're at. So you go in and see your colleagues or your classmates, your teachers, your professors. That's the second base that you go to. And the third one is it's just an informal gathering space. So that whether that be church or a club that you're in, a coffee shop, a bar, just a place that you go to regularly to meet and see regular people. And I feel like living abroad, you're pulled from those established spaces that you're in, and then you're put in a totally new setting where all of those are gone. I feel like that's one thing I've struggled with a lot, is because I was living with family before back in New Mexico, and it's like I always had someone to go home to talk to, whether it be my dad or my mom, or pets. Not that they can't talk to you, but I mean, there's some company there. And then I always had another setting where I could go to work or school. Particularly for me, in the past year, it was work. I'd always look forward to going to my job and being able to see and talk to my coworkers. And then the third base, of course, is school. Not school, pardon me. Church, like being able to go see your friends at church, or the coffee shop that you're going to and seeing the baristas there, or like somebody from the neighborhood. And so I feel like I just really miss having that in being here in Vienna. It's like I was pulled up from that and then dropped to a place where all of that is gone, and it's honestly just been a struggle just to be able to build that up again, whether that be just because of like just cultural differences, or like just not being able to have all 3 of those bases and just trying to build those up. Like for particular, I guess for the first base, I mean, that's the apartment here. I have roommates, yes, but the struggle that I've had is like it's not the most social, or people have different lives, or there's just cultural differences. So it doesn't feel like I feel a little bit more alone when I come home. So that's been a struggle. And then with school as well, it's like there's no social aspect to it at all. It's like people just go through the lectures and go home. I'm so used to the American style. I don't know if it's just with my program, but being able to see people, there's different clubs, but for some reason in this university that I'm at, it doesn't feel like there's much of a social element to it. So then that's been the second struggle with the second base. And then the third one is like there's no spaces that I can regularly go to. I mean, I think I can build that up, but it's just been a little bit of a struggle in that sense. So I think this semester what's been happening is like I'll wake up, I won't talk to anybody. I'll go to school, listen to the lecture, and not talk to anybody, and then I'll come home, nobody to talk to. And so just that buildup has just made me a little bit lonely because there will be days where I just don't talk to anybody at all. And it's just been a struggle, and then I get alone with my own thoughts and overthink and just get a little bit depressed. And so I think that's just been one of the biggest struggles for me in just trying to build that up. And I think next semester I definitely want to make some changes to make it better. I will say though, I haven't been completely alone while I was here. I have made friends with exchange students, also people from events that I've met up with. But the difference I feel with that is it's not necessarily a space where you can just there's not just a natural space where you can see these people, whereas with these kind of friends it's like you have to plan and go out, which isn't a problem, but like just having the natural foundation of those three bases I feel like is very important, and just not having that is hard. So I'm trying to think of ways that I can fix that and make myself feel less lonely. I think the first one is just moving apartments. I can't promise that I'm going to be friends with my roommates, but I think just having maybe more of a social aspect in the apartment would be nice. They don't have to be my friends, but like even just having something to look forward to after school or something like that. And then for school, I think next semester I will try to be social, but the problem with I see with school is that it just doesn't feel like the environment for that. So I think in that space I would really like to try to get a job or get internships, something that I can just go to, do work, or even just interact and meet people. That's the thing I missed about working at my last job. And then the third space, it could be just like the coffee shop that I go to, or the kebab shop that I've been going to downstairs, seeing the workers there, or even church or religious communities, going to those and try to build up that foundation there. And so, yeah, that's what I've been feeling recently. I think just like I said, hardest part is being alone with your own thoughts all the time, and that just makes everything in your mind louder. And I find that just being around people, even not just talking about loneliness or problems, just being in company with people, it makes those voices feel smaller, and you just really think to yourself, okay, things are not that bad. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Maybe in the next part I can talk a little bit more about ways to resolve that as well. And then I think that just the biggest thing is just getting yourself out there as well. I remember I went to a party by myself. It was like a rooftop party, and I had no one to go with. I was so nervous, and I went. I was like, Jonah, just go at least so you can get out of your comfort zone. And when I got there, I just saw all these people with groups of people socializing, and I was just standing there with my drink all by myself, so intimidated to go and find someone to talk to. and there's this guy next to me, all by himself, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll go talk to him. So I go up to him and I ask him, hey, can I join you? And then all of a sudden, like very quickly, he was like, oh, sorry, I have to go find my friends, and left right away. So that really brought down my confidence, and in my mind I was like, oh gosh, Shona, why are you here? You should just go home. This is just a total mess. But no, I stayed the night. I chilled, stayed there for a couple hours, had a good time, alone, unfortunately. And then towards the end, I went outside, just to chill, get fresh air. And then someone comes up to me and starts talking to me, and that person ended up telling me that they were alone at that party too, and they had no one to go with. So it was like we were both in a similar situation. So we ended up talking a lot. We hung out afterwards, and now we're friends now. And I learned more as that person was feeling the same way as me. They moved abroad to Vienna recently, and they were telling me, like, yeah, there's some days where I don't talk to anybody and I'm just here alone and I don't have any friends. So it's like, I think the thing too is like there's so many people out here, whether it be in Vienna or any other places, where they are feeling the same thing as you are, or as I am. And it's just a matter of going out and trying to find those people. It's just the biggest problem is where are these spaces where you can meet them. So I think just being able to just get out as much as you can, socialize with as many people. Not everyone's going to be your friend, not everyone's going to be your cup of tea, but I think just being able to expose yourself to all these different kinds of people, just one, teaches you who you want to be around, and two, you eventually find that person. Because I would say even coming here too, I would try to meet up with people and just weren't socially compatible. And I don't think that's necessarily a setback, but it just teaches you to be around different people, be comfortable with that. You benefit from every interaction you get. And so I think that builds more confidence in you. And you're better off going out and trying that rather than sitting home and never knowing who you might meet. So there's, like I said, there's just plenty of people out there that are looking for friends too, who are lonely. And it's just a matter of us being able to find each other. And who knows, they might introduce you to more people and more friends, because they're like-minded people, and like-minded people try to come together more. I don't know what I'm saying or where this is going, but yeah, we will see. And just give yourself time. Give yourself time. Just be patient. Or even if you're feeling lonely and you don't have any options to talk to anybody, I would say the best thing to do as well is just call family, call people from home. And sometimes it's a little difficult with time differences, but even just letting them know how you feel as well helps. And that will, I feel like, lessen the burden a little bit. But just, like I said, just give yourself time. Feel everything. If you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling sad, feel those emotions. Have someone to talk to about them from home or friends. And it'll get better, I promise. Right now, it's hard, but it will get better. So thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next time.